They say when you watch a game, it's fun. If you play it, it's recreation. But if you have to work at it, that is golf. Welcome to the show and thanks so much for being with us. The only show in business television where business and golf all come together. Let's now introduce our special guest, Sanjay Sharma of Swarovski.
Meet Sanjay Sharma, country head of Swarovski, who does big business on the golf course and leaves others empty. Today on the show, he gazes into the crystal ball and talks about the future of his business.
Sanjay, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us. Good to have you. So it's a nice crisp morning. I can see I've got you out of your holiday mood, I suppose.
This is holiday mood.
Yeah, this is holiday mood. Okay, perhaps you're dressed with a little color for that. How's golf been doing for you?
Actually been good.
Yeah?
Last month and a half I did get a few rounds in. So this is a great feeling.
That's awesome. Having said that, in terms of just deciding that golf is the game that you love, when did that happen?
I think the day I started with my dad, which was about 25 years ago. So I guess it just came so easy to me. So I said, you know what? It's the easiest one, so let's take it up. No, I just enjoyed the fact that, you play with yourself. You play within your own space. You don't have to wait for the opponent to kick something back or hit something back. I still love soccer. But again, you need 11 aside, or at least, a couple.
This, even if you don't find somebody on a crisp morning, you can just go out there yourself.
Yes, so it's just something, for me it's my meditation. So I guess I just got hooked on to it very early without realizing how much it actually meant to me, what it really got me into in life, actually.
Right. Well, we're in conversation with Sanjay from Swarovski. As you all know, that the business of crystal is doing very well in India, and it's sort of more about a fashion statement than anything else. I remember that I've often spotted you wearing caps with little crystal embellishments and so on, carrying, being the ambassador. When did Swarovski and Sanjay happen?
Oh, that happened now nearly 11 years ago.
Yeah, and how did it all start? On a golf course?
No, well, not at all on a golf course. In fact, actually, the association with Swarovski started many, many years ago, which is about, I think, now about 18, 19 years ago, where I had helped out a gentleman from Swarovski who was on a market visit, just research.
Here in India?
Here in India, and I helped him. He wanted to visit someone, and he needed some help, and somehow I connected there. I said, all right, I'll help you for those 2 days.
You must have been like a young student by that time.
Yes, I was about 18, 19, something like that. And honestly, at that point of time, I had no plans or inclination to go anywhere in this direction professionally. I wanted to be either a pro golfer, that was the first option, and a very close second. Two firsts actually, where it was a pilot.
Oh, really?
So I always wanted to fly.
Far from any of the
From any of it. So
where you get to play golf, I don't know if you get to fly.
Someday, soon enough, hopefully. But yeah, so from there I just forgot about it, and then one fine day I did do my MBA, and I said, it's about time I applied. And I had a few companies that I applied. Swarovski is one of them, because I remembered, from the past, and they were also looking for someone.
And they hadn't yet made a sort of impact into India?
No, they did not exist in India.
Okay.
So it was my assignment then. Once I joined up, 2 years post that was my assignment.
You were their first hire in India?
Not in India. I was hired in Austria. I was working in Austria.
Oh, you were? Okay.
So, well, obviously...
That's the heart of Swarovski anyway.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So, just outside Innsbruck. And, well, I'm being half and half in between two cultures. I guess I was a good match at that point of time from an employer's perspective.
Yeah.
And also for me, actually... it was a great challenge because you don't get the option to take on a startup at the age of 27.
Right. Yeah, a startup that's globally set but needs to sort of start up in your own country.
Exactly. So in India, a startup, it was perfect. So it's like 27, let's do it. So I moved here, and the first 2 years were pretty amazing.
Yeah, and the rest has been on course?
And then post that I got into the course again, and then golf has been part of my life for the past 25 years.
Right.
And it very much stays so.
And it goes with his being an ambassador of Swarovski. So those amazing years that you were talking about, they've obviously been challenging.
The challenge was definitely both on the personal side, professionally as well, because I had not really worked in India before.
Yeah.
So with little experience under Indian conditions, everything worked in a different time and space over here. So yeah, those are a few initial challenges where...
Being Indian, you were trying to now figure out exactly what happens living in India, huh?
Yes, professionally more so, because as I said, I'd never worked in India before.
What was the market challenge like? I mean, you know, this was many years ago, more than a decade ago.
My challenges started literally at home, and I say home because at that time my wife was still in Germany. So home meant still office for me because I was just living out of the office. And one was, of course, my team. I was as old as them, so that was always a bit of a thing to prove yourself in many different ways every day. So I think that was a big one, which I did feel the pressure of initially. Okay. And then of course was the next
marketplace.
One. Marketplace was the other one. It was like, who's this boy? So you call up and you say hello, and you seek an appointment. You go and meet. Say, okay, so where is he? You know, it's more like that. So first 2 years, definitely the age factor played a bit. My lack of experience in the Indian market space. Whereas, you know, as far as even negotiating purchases for setting up the operations, you know, it was amazing how some of my colleagues helped out at that point of time. I really learned the hard way that you go on negotiating, and then when the deal is going to say, so what do you give free with it, you know? That was a bit of a shock to me, actually, because, so yes, you learn and you pick up the few tricks of the trade.
It's like golf, isn't it?
Yes, on the golf course, negotiating for handicaps. I still have to learn for that, you know. Very few people seem to have the right handicap somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always, so how many shots? I end up giving shots to most of the people, so it's always something of a challenge. So I leave it to mostly my partner. I say, you know, give what you want, take what you want to take, and that's how I go forward.
We'll of course talk about all of that, but that's a little ahead. Superb. Of course, we're going to take a short break right now. There's plenty more coming up on this show in conversation with Sanjay on what lies ahead for Swarovski and him.